Party horns ring out in the primate house tonight. Mark's been working on the ledges, getting every angle right. He's a master of the habitat, a scholar of the wild, but he's coming home to witness the confinement of his child. Leo's sitting at a desk that's buried under mountain peaks of dread, with a 5:22 alarm clock screaming circles in his head. School has 47-minute blocks, the bell, and feels a cage, annotating scarlet letters on a cold and dusty page. Now Mark comes through the doorway, he's buzzing from the tour. He says, "We got the funding, Leo, now we can be sure." It's all about the choice, you see, the architecture's grand, multiple pathways to the food across the shifting sand. Social zones and areas for play and for the rest. A happy animal is healthy, that's the only real test. But Leo's eyes are glassy, he's drowning in the deep, doing chemistry for hours when he should be fast asleep. The word habitat is echoing like a siren in the dark. Mark looks around the bedroom and he feels his heavy heart. The only choice for Leo is which book to open first, in a system built for efficiency but dying of a thirst. He feels a cold knot tightening, a shadow on the wall. He's a celebrated expert, but he's feeling pretty small. His own son's living in a space that society would condemn. If he put a monkey in it, they'd be coming after him. He takes a sick day Tuesday, sits and watches from the car. The schoolyard looks like prison bars, no matter where you are. He sees the children shuffling, heads down against the glare. No time to talk or linger for the trouble they are in. 18 minutes for a lunch, with a textbook by the tray. Maximum productivity, the order of the day. He tells his wife that evening, "If I spoil the leopard's meat, or kept them in the freezing cold, they'd run me off the street." So why is it so different when it's our own human son? When his freedom to be curious is being overrun? He's losing his connection, he's losing all his sleep, while we're counting up the credits in a pile 10 feet deep. The parent-teacher conference comes 2 weeks down the line. The teachers look professional, they say he's doing fine. He's compliant, says the English one. He turns his papers in, but his engagement slow, says Matt, with a sympathetic grin. Mark leans across the table, he clears his weary throat. He says, "I've got a question and I'd like for you to note. I design enclosures for the creatures of the world, where the instincts of the predator are allowed to be unfurled. If an animal stops playing, if it's listless and it's sad, we don't blame the animal, we don't say that it is bad. We look at the enclosure, we look at where it lives, we look at the enrichment that the habitat provides or gives. You provide the food and water, the curriculum and facts, but a world-class zoo does more than just the basic simple acts. We build in choice and autonomy, we encourage them to play, because that's how complex brains begin to find a better way." My son gets 5 hours of sleep and 6 of homework every night. He's losing all his friends because there's no time in his sight. You tell me his engagement's low, but I'm asking you today, where in this habitat is there a reason he should stay? The silence in the room was heavy as a leaden weight, until Mr. Diaz spoke up. "Well, it's never quite too late. What would you suggest we do to change the atmosphere?" Mark says, "Begin with a guided bit of play, a vision clear. Give them a project and a guild, let them choose the team and theme. Set the standards high and let them build a living dream. Give them a budget of some time and a little bit of trust, and watch the spirit rise up from the ashes and the dust." So Diaz tried the Da Vinci plan, a Renaissance affair. Leo found two old-time friends and they breathed the open air. They built a scale model of the dome. They argued about the wood. They stayed up late and laughed because they finally understood. Not because they had to, but because the spark was lit. They were playing at the engineering every single bit. On the day of presentation, Leo stood up at the front, speaking with a passion, taking every question's brunt. Mr. Diaz shook Mark's hand. He said, "I think you've won the case. We were building up the cages. We forgot the human face. We forgot about the creature that was living there inside. Now the kitchen table's messy and the doors are open wide." Leo's sketching out a vision with his laughter in the hall. The habitat is changing, you can see it on the wall. Yeah, that's the story of the zookeeper who looked across the line and saw that even humans need a habitat that's fine.